Well, how you doing, guys? Here I sit. I'm thinking, doing a lot of thinking today. I do come up with a lot of sporadic ideas, but from time to time it takes a little longer, and I have to sit around and look at things and touch them and think about it over and over and over until it finally kicks in. And today was one of those days. Today I had to figure out how to get this done. Like I tell my family, you always have to be 4 steps ahead of everything that you do. You just have to. That's how you become efficient, by being 4 steps ahead. So, as you know, and as I showed you prior, we got that sync counter. Great idea, loved it, excited, had some vision on that. But I still need to make sure everything works. Now, in a very tight space, it's not even things. Space is very sensitive in a very tight space. Not to sound like a tongue twister, but open layouts, less is more. You want to maximize that space. And necessarily, so you need to. It's got to feel good. This is not a matter of how good of a pack rat you are and how much garbage you can shove into a spot. It's a matter of that spot feeling airy and nice. And that is very difficult to do when you're sitting inside of a trailer. So the last thing you want to do is take that small space you're working with and go from bad to worse. But you can't have it both ways. There has to be some compromise. There has to be some adjustments made because there are contents that need to go inside this trailer. So we need to figure out how to make it all work. And I think I got that. It took me a while. But right here, this right here is where I wanted the kitchen area to be. Now this has a big old slide out. Nice size, right? 14 foot. Over here is the other side. And that thing looks huge. Looks like a house on the inside. You're right, it does. I don't want to make sure it stays that way. But I also do have to put in amenities like a bathroom and a kitchen. Now, of course, a space this size, once one puts a bathroom and a kitchen in it, well, you're going to lose a good percentage. Just is what it is. That's okay. Figure it out. So, again, we had the counter. And there it is outside, as you can see. Next step, it's got to be in here. Okay, well, how? Well, what I wanted to do was the front section, instead of making it some kind of a master suite or sorts, like you see on a lot of these fifth wheels, I wanted to do something a little different with it. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Let me show you the inside. Yes, that's the box I flipped. You have this box within a box. You have a good section of it accounted for by something else. That something else that it would account for that in that space is a very large diesel 15 kW generator with a diesel tank. There's a freshwater tank in there. I don't mind removing that because I could always relocate that. But this diesel generator is pretty big, pretty heavy. The thing's got to be north of 1,000 pounds. Where would you put that? The other thing is it's already tied in to the breaker box. So everything is already set up. Not that I have a problem changing the layout, but what do you do with it? You need your office, you need your bathroom, you need your kitchen. You are trying to build a house in a trailer. Not easy. People love to say tiny houses. Yes, that's great. But this one needs to be functional. It needs to be functional for business. It needs to be functional for a short-term temporary home, we'll call it. Either way, it's got to have the amenities. So now you need to sit around, do the math, and figure out what's going to work best, because every option that you take and everything that you decide you're going to do costs you money. It's not cheap. Everything's expensive. I don't have to tell you guys that. But especially when it comes to builds on trailers. and campers and RVs, etc., it's not cheap. So you want to do it cheapest way possible, but again, function before form. This thing has to function. It has to function right. So I looked at this and I thought, well, hey, you know what? I need more counter. Not enough counter at all. We're talking about possibly a counter this big to here with a fold out possibly so you can access that. Maybe a door over here, you know. Today it was brought to my attention, I considered putting a burner just below the damn breaker box. And of course, the concern was brought to my attention by the missus that she wasn't thrilled about that idea. Now, here's the problem. I don't like to cook much. So when I'm tired and I'm beat up and I'm hungry, yeah, I gotta make sure that she has things the way that she wants them, because, as they say, happy wife, happy life. And what I don't want is her to cringe every time she's trying to cook me a meal or the family a meal, and have to deal with tension and turmoil on something that I haven't even built yet. That'd be kind of stupid on my part now, wouldn't it? Yeah, my appetite's a little bigger than my ego, so hey, guess what? Time to comply. So, well, what are you going to do about that? Okay, I got a great idea. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and put in this big old counter, trim it down, put it across here like so. Get rid of this refrigerator that, by the way, you just bought for north of $500. Second round of refrigerator. Move this other refrigerator, which, by the way, was the first round, two of them for $500 again. And go ahead and put your countertop in here. Oh, that'd be so cool. Then what you could do is get under the counter refrigerators, right? And then you can put them right here. That'd be cool too. But you still need this spot open. So you could drop it down, put some stairs, and be able to climb up in here. You don't want to access it from the outside door. You want to be able to get to it from the inside, right? My 8-year-old, I got in mind for that space. I really do. He likes to jump in little tight spaces and do what he does and play Roblox or whatever the hell they call that game. You know what I'm talking about if you got kids. So, excuse me, here we are again. So, more thinking, more trying to figure out how to make this work. She needs more countertop. She needs not to have a burner directly below that breaker box. Obviously, we need a refrigerator, and here we go. We bought first set of refrigerators, second refrigerator, and now what? We're on to a third one? Oh, did I mention how sexy the price was on an under-counter refrigerator? And I thought about too, in the thousands. Yeah, no thanks. You can keep those. You gotta keep thinking. So, I decided to sit down, like I am here, and this is what I looked at. I saw it from over here, and I saw out my windows. I'm sitting in my slide, by the way, as you can see, and I'm looking that way. That back room is the office. Hey, an office is an office. I need that office, as you know. Hey, I work at home. That's where the money's made. You know what I mean? I gotta have an office. So, where's the bathroom gonna go? Definitely not in my office, I can tell you that. So the bathroom is gonna go in this space right here. So this square space, let's say from where my hand is to the door, that whole entire area, half of that is spoken for. And when you sit in this slide out, you notice how big and airy and spacious it feels. What you do notice also is right here, you got a little bit of a break. And regardless, there's nothing you're gonna do about this. You're gonna lose half of this, okay? You're gonna lose half of that to a bathroom, because a bathroom is definitely more important than you feeling fancy and airy. You gotta have the bathroom. So, you're gonna lose that space. So after I lose half that space, have a look. that view, 50% of that is probably going to completely block out the airiness of that section while I'm sitting where I'm sitting. Look. See my hand? About right here is pretty much as you're going to see while you're sitting down. Once that wall goes up for the bathroom, you lost that airiness. And I'm okay with that. It is what it is, because here, no, that's nice. That's real nice. You sit back, have a drink, look out the window. Yeah. So we don't want to do it out that. We want this to be nice, you know? So, like I was saying before, half that space you lost. Well, in that corner where the radio is on the wall, that's a bit of a dead space. That's a corner that's in between where that bathroom's going to be and a sliding door to get to the office. So what I am considering is taking that refrigerator that's hogging up a bunch of my sensitive little itty bitty counter space and shoving it in a hole over there right where that radio is. And if you notice, there's a floating board just kind of standing there. That wall just happens to be approximately 30 inches, 31 inches across. And I brought that board out where it's balanced on that harness right now. It's another 30 inches. So that's going to give me a perspective idea of what I'm losing by shoving that refrigerator in that corner. Refrigerator is about 67 inches tall. It's going to have a little bit of a problem clearing the well. So what we're going to do is build a stand. I'll jack that refrigerator up. The refrigerator will come to about here. I'll have a top shelf in this area that I'll seal up. And then I'll build a bottom drawer underneath the refrigerator. It'll be raised. It'll be in a corner. It'll be white. I won't even see it. And all of a sudden, here we go. Walk out, and now you have this big old airy feel. And you're good. And you're good. So that's where I'm at. Just want to let you guys know, keep you posted of what we're thinking and what we're doing. Gotta think of it before you do it, you know. That is the Gadget Way. Thanks for watching.